చంద్రుడిపై విక్రమ్ ల్యాండర్ ల్యాండింగ్ కోసం యావత్ ప్రపంచం ఉత్కంఠతో ఎదురుచూస్తోందన్నారు మాజీ ఇస్రో చైర్మన్ మాధవన్ నాయర్. గ్రహాల రీసెర్చ్లో చంద్రయాన్ 3 మిషన్ కీలక మైలురాయిగా నిలవబోతుందని మాధవన్ నాయర్ చెప్పారు. చంద్రుడిపై దిగే ఆఖరి 20 నిమిషాలే అత్యంత కీలకమని అన్నారు.
Last leg of its operation, and everybody is anxiously looking forward to this great event. As far as Indian space program is concerned, this is going to be the most significant milestone for the planetary exploration. Of course, in the past, we have made an attempt to land on the lunar surface, but unfortunately, it did not succeed at the time. Since then, ISRO has done considerable amount of studies and simulations and strengthened the designs and provided redundancies so that the mission success probability can be improved. So all these actions have been completed, and now the last 20 minutes descending from the lunar orbit to the lunar surface is going to be the most challenging moment in the history of this mission. As far as this soft landing is concerned, not many people have succeeded. It is only USA, Russia and China has succeeded so far to land on the south pole of the moon. Of course, recently the Luna spacecraft of the Russia also has crash landed on the lunar surface. Considering all this background, we have to really make sure everything is normal and perfect before the landing operation takes place. The landing operation involves first reducing the velocity of the spacecraft from 1.6 km per second to few hundred meter per second, and then make it hover at a low altitude, take pictures of the lunar surface and identify the spots where it can safely land. There are rocks and there are craters and valleys in the region, so one has to really choose the spot on which the landing can take place safely, and this operation will be done in the last minute or so, and that is the most important event which is as far as the mission is concerned. After reaching identifying the spot, the thrusters again will slowly bring down the spacecraft to the lunar surface. After landing there, the rover is expected to move out and then have the investigation in the southern polar region for about 14 days. It will collect data about the minerals which are there, identify the water sources and also the helium-3 and so on. And again, the seismic vibrations which are there, which may exist on the lunar surface may be identified. So all these operations are going to take place, and the mission is supposed to last as long as the sunlight is available. But during the dark period, the power source are not sufficient to maintain its operation. Maybe if it wakes up again after the next solar cycle, certainly another 14-15 days of operation also can be expected. So this is a very significant event as far as ISRO is concerned, and everybody is anxiously looking forward to successful completion.
I think it's a very big day for India. The reason being Chandrayaan 2 couldn't quite land, and now we want to show the entire world that we not only have the technical capability, but we've got the ability to go and do a soft landing on the South Pole. South Pole is an area where there has been no landing up till now. Recently, Luna 25 had a crash landing, and earlier all the landings have been on the equator, in and around the equator. So it's much more difficult to land on South Pole, and that is why I think it's a big achievement for India, and that too in such a short budget. So I think it's a big day. I don't subscribe to this idea of 19 minutes or 20 minutes of terror. Look, the lander is automated completely. It's going to take all its decisions itself. So they say that it's that last 20 minutes. In my opinion, I think the 40 days of terror is a more appropriate this thing. From the time it is taken off to the time it lands, it is a fact that we are apprehensive, and I'm sure it's going to work out because I know that the scientists of ISRO have worked very hard on it. They have made alternate plans. They have made plan B, plan C, and the redundancy factor is very high in this. So the question of it failing, I think, is non-existent, or I would say very less, negligible. देखिए, ये हर भारतीय के लिए एक बहुत ही गर्व का मौका है, क्योंकि भारत ही एक ही देश है जो साउथ पोल में लैंड करेगा. अमेरिका, पहले सोवियत यूनियन, फिर रूस, वो सब जब लैंड करते थे वो इक्वेटर के आसपास लैंड करते थे. अभी ये साउथ पोल पे होगा. लूना 25 जो रूस का था वो क्षतिग्रस्त हो गया. बहुत ही दुखद है, क्योंकि रूस हमारा दोस्त है. लेकिन हम ये दिखाना चाहते हैं, दर्शाना चाहते हैं कि हम एक छोटे से बजट में, जो एक मूवी का भी बजट से कम है, उसमें हम ये हमारे में काबिलियत है, इसरो में काबिलियत है कि हम ऐसा लैंडिंग कर सकते हैं. तो ये एक बहुत बड़ी बात है, और मैं तो हर भारतीय को अपना ग्रीटिंग्स और ये कहूँगा कि बहुत ही गर्व का समय है.
I think so far so good, and because it is more like as I repeatedly tell, it's more like nominally people used to see the countdown once the PSLV or GSLV on the launch pad that day, and it starts 36 hours, 48 hours, or 24 hours, depending upon the mission configuration. But when that means so many parameters of the launch vehicle, which is in front of you, you are through a computer reading, and various ground systems after launch, radar system, ground systems, many things have to come on functional, and those systems also along with the redundancy, main and redundant systems, main and redundant computers, and everyone should be ready. And even there also we will be uplinking good amount of programs such that how it will take a path. Okay, if it's a polar orbit or a geosynchronous orbit or the navigational satellites or the planetary mission is a different path. So that also could have been programmed. So that program uplink would have happened there, and then try to read whether the program uplinks are in a place, and that too many of the parameters. Like for example, Luna 25, whatever happened, they doubt about a possibility of the firing for the last leg. The firing is happened few seconds more than what they expected. Okay, that translated into the mission failure. So that basically that means there is some memory, something would have got disturbed. So that could have probably would have created a problem. So such things should not happen for us, and so for that, so we normally will keep 3 memory locations, vital parameters. So any one of them, all the 3 normally supposed to be okay. If any one of them gets upset, single event upset, something like that, they will tell. So then majority voting of the other 2 will do. So similarly like that. Many intricacies are there in the onboard program. So these things to be also to be after uplinking to be verified here. But now the lander is 384,000 kilometers away. So we uplinked all the commands there, not the launch vehicle just a few meters away from you. So then that also you downlink and may make sure that every portion of the program has been uplinked correctly, and until last minute everything is okay. So the intactness of all the systems until you gave queue to go should be verified. I think that's the process going on now, and so far so good, and we expect as per the plan A, today we must be able to go. A small update has happened because of the timing is concerned, because of the updated orbit. Other than that, I think everything remains same, and like anybody else, I am also eagerly waiting for that queue.
చంద్రుడిపై విక్రమ్ ల్యాండర్ దిగితే భారత్ సాధించిన అతి గొప్ప విజయమని అన్నారు రాకెటరీ రీసెర్చ్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ CEO దివ్యాంష్ పొద్దార్. చంద్రయాన్ 3 మిషన్ సక్సెస్ అవుతే సాఫ్ట్ ల్యాండింగ్ చేసిన సెకండ్ కంట్రీగా ఖ్యాతికెక్కనున్నట్లు దివ్యాంష్ పొద్దార్ చెప్పారు. అటు చంద్రయాన్ 2 వైఫల్యంతో ఇస్రో సైంటిస్టులు చాలా నేర్చుకున్నారన్న ఆయన రాకెట్ ప్రయోగానికి సంబంధించిన కమ్యూనికేషన్, ప్రొపల్షన్ లో మార్పులు చేసినట్లు తెలిపారు. అటు చంద్రుడిపై ల్యాండర్ ఎంత కష్టమో రష్యా వైఫల్యం తెలియజేస్తుందని పొద్దార్ అన్నారు.
जो पिछली बार लैंडिंग हमारी नहीं सक्सेसफुल रह पाई, उससे भी हमें सीख मिली कि हम वो गलतियां ना दोहराएं और हम ज्यादा सेफ सिस्टम बनाएं जो कि सक्सेसफुली लैंड करे. इसके लिए हमने कई सारे चेंजेस किए अपने कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम में, हमारे प्रोपल्शन सिस्टम में, हमारे लेग्स में. ये सभी चेंजेस जो हैं मिलकर ये पक्का करेंगे कि हम इस बार सक्सेसफुल हो. और ये चेंजेस करने में हमारा जो लैंडर है वो ऑलमोस्ट 15 से 20% भारी भी हो गया है। लेकिन हमारे को क्योंकि हमने चंद्रयान 2 लॉन्च किया था तो हमारे पास वो जगह थी कि हम इसको भारी करने के बावजूद भी सक्सेसफुली उड़ाकर चांद की सतह तक पहुंचा पाए। ये जो फेलियर है रशिया का, ये हमारे को सबको दर्शाता है कि कितना मुश्किल है चांद पर सक्सेसफुली लैंड करना। एक रशिया जैसा देश जिसका स्पेस के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा दुनिया में इतना दबदबा है, वो लोग ऐसे देश हैं जिनका पहला इंसान इन स्पेस उन्होंने सक्सेसफुल किया, वो चांद पर पहले जा भी चुके हैं। तो इतनी उनका इतना वर्चस्व है उनका, लेकिन फिर भी वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाए। तो ये हमें दिखाता है कि ये कितना मुश्किल है और हमारे को कितना ध्यान रखना चाहिए और हमारे को कितनी दाद देनी चाहिए इसरो के साइंटिस्ट की कि वो हमारा मिशन सक्सेसफुल करवा पा रहे हैं और होपफुली करवा पाएंगे और ये हल्के में हम ना लें। ये चीज हमारे को ये दिखाता है।
చంద్రయాన్ 3 మిషన్ సక్సెస్ కావాలంటూ ఢిల్లీ విద్యా బాలభవన్లో విద్యార్థులు జాతీయ జెండాలతో దేశభక్తి గీతాలు ఆలపించారు. సంగీత వాయిద్యాల ప్రదర్శనతో స్టూడెంట్స్ హోరెత్తించారు. ల్యాండర్ ఆకారంలో డ్రోన్ను తయారు చేసి ఎగురవేశారు.
मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि चंद्रयान अब अपनी सफलता की ओर धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है। उसी सफलता के उस अपने भाव को स्पष्ट करने के लिए मैं कुछ पंक्तियाँ स्पष्ट करना चाहूँ। कहते हैं असफलता के बाद सफलता मिलती है, सफलता के बाद सफलता मिलती है, हार के बाद जीत मिलती है। कर दिखाएगा भारत, चंद्रयान 2 नहीं तो चंद्रयान 3 को चांद पर पहुंचाएगा भारत। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
मेरे अंदर इस चीज के लिए बहुत उत्साह है चंद्रयान 3 की लैंडिंग देखने के लिए और मैं सभी लोगों को ये शुभकामनाएं देना चाहती हूँ कि हमारा चंद्रयान 3 सक्सेसफुली लैंड करे और ये 27 तारीख के लिए पोस्टपोन ना हो। और पूरे दिल से मेरी ये भगवान से भी मैंने ये मन्नत मांगी है कि हमारा चंद्रयान 3 अच्छे से लैंड करे, क्योंकि ये भारत का एक पहला मिशन है जो साउथ पोल पर लैंड कर रहा है। पूरे विश्व में भारत का नाम रोशन हो।
लगातार हम पिछले महीने से इस बात की इस घड़ी का इंतजार कर रहे थे कि किस दिन हमारा चंद्रयान जो है चंद्रमा पर उतरेगा और आज वो दिन हमारे सामने आया। तो सुबह से हमने बच्चों को ये लाइव दिखाने का एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म तैयार किया है और यहाँ बच्चों को ड्रोन के माध्यम से हम ये दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरह से चंद्रयान जाकर के चंद्रमा पर अपनी सतह को वेरीफाई करेगा और देखेगा कि मुझे कैसे उस सरफेस पे उतरना है। और ये एक बहुत ऐसी घड़ी है कि जिसमें हम सब बच्चे और हम टीचर्स इस बात का इंतजार जो कर रहे थे, आज हमें महसूस हो रहा है कि हम इस भारत के नागरिक हैं और हमने भारत में जन्म लिया। तो आज